Hello, Cambria. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Julia.
And I'm Joel. Today we'll be covering spring sports, challenges, and school interviews. Let's go over to Caitlin with an introduction to our spring sports.
Thanks, Joel. After a long winter season, spring sports are quickly approaching. The softball and baseball teams are starting off their seasons with a home game on Tuesday, March 18th versus Penn's Manor. Games start at 4:30. Our track teams have their first home meet on Wednesday, March 26th against Purchase Line and River Valley at 4 o'clock. Their second home meet is Wednesday, April 16th. Track only has 2 home meets this year, so mark your calendars. Can't wait to see everyone supporting our spring teams. Back to you, Julia.
Thanks, Caitlin. Looking forward to getting outside. Now let's see what Evan has in store with the teacher's funniest stories.
Hi, I'm Evan Galinsky. I'm here interviewing Mr. Eckenrode on what his funniest school story is. Mr. Eckenrode?
Well, first we have to set the stage on this funny story. So the stage goes way back to whenever we had computers that had the great big monitors, the CTR monitors, the cathode ray tube monitors, and the mouse that we use. And these particular mice, you could screw the bottom off and there was a little rubber ball in there.
Yeah.
Okay? And so there was a teacher here. I'm not going to use the teacher's name years ago. I'm going to use his name. His name was Mr. Greshko. And the students were stealing the balls out of the mice.
Really?
Okay? And it was a recurring theme because then they couldn't do their computer work because the mice didn't work.
Yeah.
So our high school principal at the time then come on the intercom in the middle of the day, like right before lunch or after lunch, I can't remember. This is back in the early 2000s. And he said over the intercom, the people who took Mr. Greshko's balls, would they please return them? That's my funniest story.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eckenrode.
Okay, thank you.
Now I am here with Mr. Meininger. Mr. Meininger, what is your funniest school story?
Well, to tell you when it happened and when COVID was happening, we're going to rely around Google Meets. What I would suggest on here is when you're in a Google Meet, be aware of your surroundings in front of you, behind you, and if sisters run around, the dog or cat or anything. We use it a Google Meet, and it's a live recording. It happened during that time. The student was absent for a couple of days, had to come back and do the work. Well, they came on to Google Meet Live to understand how to do it. Well, the mother was hollering at the student to make sure that he was doing what he's on there, not playing games. Well, lo and behold, the mother walked behind the student we was recording on Google Meet, and she was preparing herself for work, but wasn't completely ready for work, if you know what I mean. And our jaws went like that, and we were all shocked. So, funny story. I'll never say the names. That's it. So.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meininger.
You're welcome.
It's time for the blind soda taste test with Claire and Carly.
Thanks, Julia. For our segment, we picked 4 different students to see if they can taste the difference between Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Hayden, Mason, Aubrey, and Abby are going to see if they can tell which soda is which.
Let's see how they do.
That's that's Coke, that's Pepsi.
Coke, Pepsi.
Pepsi. Yeah, Pepsi, Coke.
This is Pepsi, I think. Yeah, that's Coke. This is Pepsi, that's Coke.
All in all, I hope you enjoyed this video with challenges, funny stories, and sports.